Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you the first things that I recommend doing after setting up your Samsung Galaxy M54. So the first thing is connecting to Wi-Fi if you haven't done that yet. So let's go to the settings, then go to connections, Wi-Fi, and now make sure that Wi-Fi is enabled and you should be able to find the network that you may connect to. I'm gonna select this one, then enter its password if it has one. Okay, I'm gonna click on connect. And then I am connected. Of course that step can be skipped, but most of the things that we're gonna do in this video will require the network, so let's go to the next step, which is updating our phone. It is important to update your phone because it gives you the newest security fixes, the newest features, as well as ensures your phone runs smoothly. So let's scroll all the way down to software update, then go to download and install, and now it'll check for available updates. In my case, my software is up to date, but if yours is not, you'll have an option to click on download and install. It'll download the update. You can continue using your phone while the update is being downloaded. Then it'll prompt you to restart your phone in order to apply the update. And that will take a bit longer than usual restarting process because it has to apply the update in the meantime. Now let's add the Google account. Of course that can also be skipped, but I really recommend doing that because without it you will not be able to download any apps besides the one that come pre-installed on your phone, and you may not have access to some Google apps as well. Let's go to accounts and backup, manage accounts, and if you don't have any Google account added here, then I recommend clicking on add account, Google, and if you don't have the Google account, you can create it by clicking on this button right here, but I already have it, so I'm just gonna enter the email and the password. Okay, and I should be logged in. Then it'll ask you who will be using this device, whether you or your child. I'm gonna select I will be using it and click on next. If you select your child, then the next screens may somewhat be different, but it'll be intuitive because everything will show the instructions on screen, so you just need to follow them. Now it asks you to agree to Google Terms of Service and Privacy Policy. Without that, you will not be able to add the Google account. In case you want to read them, you can just click on the texts like that and it'll open them. I'm gonna click on agree. Then it'll ask you if you want to back up your phone's data, and if you don't want to lose them, then I recommend enabling that. If you don't want to lose your data, then I recommend enabling that. But if in case you just don't care or for any reason don't want the backup, you can disable that. But I'm gonna leave that enabled because I don't want to lose my data, and click on accept. Now you can also add the Samsung account, but I think that's not as necessary because without that you can still continue to use your phone, download apps and do all of that, but you will not be able to access a few Samsung apps. Also, you will not be able to adjust a few things in settings, so in case there is something that you want to do and requires a Samsung account, then you may add it here. Now I'm gonna go to the next step, which is setting up our screen lock. It is important to have your screen lock set so no one besides you can access your phone, and in case your phone gets lost or stolen, no one can use it besides you, so probably that'll be easier to get your phone in return in case you lose it or it gets stolen. So let's go to security and privacy, then lock screen and screen lock. Now you can set it to a PIN, password or pattern. PIN will be numerical, password will be alphanumerical, and pattern will be just connecting dots. So I'm gonna select the pattern, and here, before we continue, make sure that you will remember this pattern. So it should be easy for you to remember, but hard to guess for someone else, because in case you forget this pattern, then you will need to reset your phone and all data will be erased, but I think it's still worth it to keep your phone secure. So I'm gonna set it up, then click on continue, redraw it. Of course you can set something more complicated and I encourage you to do so. Then click on confirm. Now it asks you if you want to show lock screen notifications. So I'm gonna leave lock screen notifications enabled, but I'm gonna hide their content. Then I'm gonna click on done. Now you can also add a fingerprint and face unlock. First, let's talk about fingerprint. It is really secure and also pretty convenient to use the fingerprint, so I encourage doing that. Let's click on fingerprint, then enter our screen lock, and now click on continue, register, and the fingerprint sensor is hidden under the screen, so you can just tap on it like that, release, and do that several times. Make sure to move your finger between each scan so it scans the whole area of your fingerprint. And now the fingerprint is added. You can click on add to add another one or click on done. Then I'm gonna go back, and also in screen lock, when you go into that, you will see face. And I don't recommend setting it up because it's not really secure. From what I know, only iPhones have secure face unlock because they base on an IR sensor. But most of other phones just base on camera, like in this case, so it can be unlocked with a picture of you or by someone who looks similar to you. That's why I don't recommend it, although I'm still gonna show you how to set it up in case you really need it. So let's enable that switch, then continue, and now you can position your face within that frame. Wait for a second and it'll add your face. Now I'm gonna also disable the stay on lock screen until swipe, because I want my if I unlock my phone with face, I want it to go directly to last screen that I was using, skipping the lock screen. And now I'm gonna show you how to unlock your phone with these three methods. With fingerprint, you don't even need to have your screen on. You can just tap in the correct spot and it'll unlock it. Of course, other fingers won't work. Now I'm gonna show you the face unlock. So I just need to click on the button, look at the camera, and as I've disabled the stay on lock screen until swipe, it goes directly into the last screen I was using. And to unlock it with the normal screen lock, you can just swipe up and enter that screen lock. Now let's go to the next thing, which is updating our apps. Let's go to Play Store, then get started. Now you can install some apps, but I'm gonna skip that. You can select whether you want to use your password or biometrics to verify your purchases. I'm gonna use biometrics since I have it set. Of course, if you choose to use your password, it'll be the Google account password, not your screen lock password. And now let's click on our profile icon in top right corner and go to manage apps and device. And here we can go to updates available and click on update all. We are doing that because the same as software updates, it is important to update your apps for the same matter, and also that some of the apps may not work without the update. That's why we're doing it. And here are all of the apps that are being updated right now. So let's go with the next step, which is setting our wallpaper. Of course, that step can be skipped, but lots of people want to set their wallpaper, so I'm gonna show you how to do it. First, go to the camera app and you can take a photo of something. You can also, if you synchronize your gallery from old phone, then you may find it just, you don't have to take the photo because we'll have it in the gallery and we're gonna get to that later. You can also download the photo from the internet, but I'm gonna take a quick photo of this plant so I have anything to set on my wallpaper. And now what we can do is go to the settings Then I'm gonna go back and find the wallpaper and style. Then click on change wallpapers, and here you can choose some provided by Samsung here as well, but also you can go to the gallery, then select the photo that you want to set and click on done. Now you can choose whether you want to apply it to lock screen or to home screen. I'm gonna unselect the home screen, leave only the lock screen and click on next. Now you can also adjust it so it looks great too. I think the default option looked great, but I'm also gonna change the color of the hour because I don't really like it now. I'm gonna switch it to maybe something like Okay, so let's set it to something that just will fit. Great. Okay, maybe this one will work better than this one. And now you can also change the clock style and click on done. And then you can see my home screen is unchanged, but the lock screen looks like that now. Let's continue with the next step, which is also important, which is sliding down from the top of your screen to find the notification which says finish setting up your Galaxy. Click on that, then you can transfer your data from your old phone if you want, but I'm gonna click on setup manually. You can also transfer the data later with the Smart Switch app, which comes pre-installed on your phone. Now it may take a few minutes because it will send some information to Google and your carrier and all of that, so let's just wait. Now it asks you again if you want to copy your apps and data. I'm gonna click on skip, but it's great to do it now if you want, because it's great to have it from the beginning of using your phone to have all the data. I'm gonna click on next. Then scroll down. I recommend reviewing all of these things that are written here and deciding on your own whether you want to disable or enable them. Then click on accept. Now click on next and select your default browser. I honestly recommend the Brave one, Opera, Firefox and Google Chrome, but the choice is up to you. I'm gonna choose Google Chrome. Of course you can choose also anything else besides that. And from search engines I only use the Google one and I find it the best one, but also you can choose on your own. Then it asks you if you want to access your Google Assistant with Hey Google. And if you do, you can click on I agree. Sometimes it'll ask you to say 4 phrases out loud to configure the voice match, but I already have that option set on my other device logged into the same Google account, so I don't need to do that. Now, if you want to access your assistant without unlocking the device, click on I agree. I'm gonna skip that. Now, if you want to log into the Samsung account, you can do that here, or if you don't, click on forgot password or don't have an account, and click on set up later in settings, because of course it can be set up later. Now I'm gonna click on skip. So, one of the most important things are done now, so let's focus on the next ones. Let's go to Play Store and download some important apps that you use on daily basis. It may be Netflix, WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you want. You can just go to search and download it here. So I'm gonna download another browser because I like having 2 browsers. And then I'm also gonna download Google Wallet because I'm gonna show you in a moment how to pay contactless with your phone, how to add the option to pay contactless. So let's install that. As you can see, you can just search for app and click on install and it'll install it. Now I'm gonna explain the wallet app in a moment, but first, as we can see, after a certain moment of using our phone, some apps appear, and if you don't want them, like for example this one, you can press and hold on it and uninstall it. And that's what I'm gonna do because I don't really want to have some of these apps. So all of the apps that I'm showing you right now, the apps that I've uninstalled, I think the Facebook didn't uninstall, but it should disappear in a moment. So these apps that I've shown you as I'm uninstalling them, they can be uninstalled. They just are sort of a bloatware that you don't really need. Of course, if you need any of those, feel free to use them. I'm gonna also disable the OneDrive. It unfortunately cannot be uninstalled, but I'm gonna disable it because I don't want Microsoft apps on this phone. Although, feel free to use anything that you want on your phone. And then, after a moment, there should appear an app which is Samsung Wallet, and you can use that to pay contactless in stores with that, but you need to be logged into your Samsung account. If you don't want to log into Samsung account, you can use the Google Wallet app, which I've just installed. You can just open that and wait a moment until it opens. Then you will have the option to add to wallet. Payment, you can add the payment card. Of course, this step can be skipped. It is not really necessary. But if you want to pay your phone by tapping it in stores, you can scan your card here with your camera or enter the details manually. Then you'll verify with your bank provider via SMS, phone call, or the bank app, and then your card will be added, and you'll be able to just pay in stores by opening the wallet app, then clicking on one of the cards that you have on that screen here somewhere. There will be the app, the card that you add, and then you can just pay in stores with it, so you don't have to take your wallet out of pocket, and you don't even have to have it with you. So let's go to settings now, to the last thing that I want to show you, which is changing the default apps. Of course, it is all up to you, but I'm gonna show you in case you need it. So let's go to the apps. Then you'll find default apps. And here you can, for example, change the browser, or if you have anything else installed like caller ID or spam, you can just set any app that you need for something. And then the last thing, which is really important, it's battery. Go to battery, then battery protection. Make sure that it's enabled. It is important to have that enabled. And if you have the Samsung account logged in, then I recommend putting it on adaptive. Or actually, I'm not logged in and I can set it. So if you can set it, then have it on adaptive. I really recommend that because it learns your sleep patterns. And for example, if you plug your phone into sleep, then it'll charge it to 80%, then halt it. And when it expects you to wake up, for example at 7, at 6 it'll resume charging up to 100%, so it protects your phone from overcharging. But if you cannot enable adaptive without logging to Samsung account, then you can set it to basic, but make sure that battery protection is on because it is important. And that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.